Hey guys. There, got a little bit brighter light there going. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Hello. Julie, Alicia, Kiri, hello. Kristen, Howie, hello. Good to see you we got like half here is from Canada. Oh, there I am. Yes, here I am. Sorry, I was just trying to get stuff together here. It's a busy time. Busy time. So how's everybody tonight? This afternoon or tonight, whatever it is for you in this time. It's so good to see everybody. It really is. Whew, we are warm today. Very windy. I'm doing well, thanks, Alicia. Yeah, just really busy. Of course, last week I was helping to lead a retreat, and so the whole week before that was all preparation. Well, it put me behind in everything else I had to do. So this last week has been doubling up and trying to get caught up on everything. So it's like a lot of long days and nights working and everything. Good, Debbie, hello. Megan, hello. Hi, Karen. That's so cool, Karen. Yep. Oh. You know what? It's amazing the different parts of our state that people don't realize the diverseness that we have in our state with weather. I mean, the southern part of the state can be having summer and the northern part can be having winter, and it's just like everything in between. Narrowway Farm, hello. Thanks for coming in. I wave to you too. Oh, that's so great. So great. So how is your health doing? I know you've been on live, or you've been going live a few times, and I just have not had the time to get on very many lives recently, but windy here. Yes, very windy today. We were gusting to 45 miles an hour. It's 77 right now. It's warm. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's actually warmer in the house right now. Yeah, probably about 72. You can see I haven't closed the blinds because it's just like sunshine and warmth. I know it's heating up the house, but hey, Country Homestead Preacher, hello. I am working on your stuff, so never fear. It takes a little time. Hey, Glenn, how are you doing? Oh, so good to see everyone here. Yay. Yes, it is warm. It is warm. But tomorrow, the high, tomorrow's the high is 34, and we get down to 19 at night. So we're going from 77 down to 19 in 24 hours. It's crazy. So yeah, we have a couple full days. Wednesday is 32, but tomorrow with 34, it's still extremely windy. So our wind chills will probably be, let me see if they're going to say what our wind chills are. Our wind chills will still be the 20s. So yeah, so enjoying the sunshine and everything today. I actually went to Menards and was walking outside looking at pavers and cement blocks and different things like that. But I mean, there was like nobody else out there. Hey, Matt and Sarah, hello. And all the kiddos, Leroy, Evan, Lydia, and Eli. Did I get them all right? I'm hoping I did. It's been a while since I've done the rundown. Someone on Facebook asked you how Texas is for people with arthritis. So many ecosystems and climate. You know what? That is very true. Because you've got Houston, which can be hot and humid, and then you've got way over in the other northwest corner. So, hey, never enough time. Hi. Oh, you know what? I hear you. I hate having to go live on my phone. If I'm away from home and that's all I have, um, I'll pop in for a little bit, but I can't keep up on it. And yes, oh, awesome. I will give a special wave to all the kids. We will see each other soon. Hey, Parker, good evening. Thanks for coming in again. Got a couple people from Texas, a couple from Canada. Canada, sorry if you... and then all over the place. We have California and Florida and wherever. In fact, if you guys want to just type in exactly the state you're from, it would be fun to see where everybody's from, state and country. I'd love to see a rundown like that. That's Canada. I've never done that. They just have to add an N so that it's like they are Canadian. So we have Washington, California, Wisconsin, Indiana. Chicago's its own state. Yes, I know. Illinois, Nova Scotia. Yes. And and that's why a lot of elderly people say, well, go live in Arizona for your retirement, Alabama, California, yay, Minnesota. Oh, that's quite all right. Never enough time. That's, what? It's all good. Texas. Nice. Didn't realize. Oh, that's funny. Canadian, the weird Canada pronunciation was advised, but I have a feral cat. Well, I don't know how feral, but a cat that's coming by my house. I don't have cats. So when they lurk out there, it's lurking. I wonder what they are, he or she, what they're into, what they're looking for. You have several friends that use both. That's funny. No, I do Canada. Usually I was just being silly. So hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, it was hot, windy, and getting ready for a cold front coming in. Over the next 10 days, it is just going to be like up and down. I mean, like I said, it's 77 right now. Then tomorrow, 34, then 32. By Friday, 63. Sunday is 73. It's going to be a gorgeous Easter Sunday, 73 degrees. And then it gets back down in the 50s. So it's going to be all over the place. That is true. Keep some mice and rabbits. Oh. So a cat will keep the rabbits away too? I wonder if I can rent one for the summer and then just give it back. Probably doesn't work that way, right? I mean, are my normal temps more like yours, spring temps, than hot in the summer? Pretty much, Alicia. I mean, right now we're at the end of March, and these are warm temps for March. I think Matt and Sarah, aren't our average temps for March 30s, 40s, somewhere in there, and then 40s, 50s for April, kind of. I mean, the average and everything. So, oh, there we go, Julie. Yep, feed him. Yep, feed him. Stay around. But I want it to go away when winter comes. So, okay, yeah. So we are, 30 or 40 degrees above normal today. But it's we've had early April days where it's been in the 90s. But it's like a hot, dry wind that blows in, and we are under a fire burning ban. It's red flag fire ban, and I can see that because there's no snow left, and all of the grass and all the weeds and everything are Even though we had rain all weekend, it's like they're really dry and brittle and crisp, and we've got all the dead stuff from the winter. And all it takes is somebody to throw a cigarette out the window or something, and poof, we've got a huge fire situation. And we've had it just around my town here, in on the edge of town, the country, where a fire will start on, and there's always a Yahoo that will start burning things. It's like, well, I'm just gonna burn this one little area, and all of a sudden, we've got fire trucks out there. They can't run the trains on the tracks because the fire's jumping the highway and then going across the railroad tracks. And I mean, it's gotten really close to people's houses and burned acres and acres and acres of land because somebody is like, let me just take care of this one little spot, And but yep. Oh, yep, Kristen. That's so true. Yeah, prairie fires are not good. And when we've got 40 and 50 mile an hour winds, grabbing those, they spread really, really fast in the spring. Sometimes, the farmers and everything, they want to burn like a marshy area or a ditch or something so that the fresh stuff can grow up underneath there. Well, it's not a good idea when it's this windy, Like cats, but they need to stay outside and earn their keep. Absolutely. So, well, I am going to talk about FEVERFEW today. Oh, I know, Kiri. Isn't it? It's crazy how things can, especially in the spring and fall, when we're making that transition from one set season to another, and then it's trying to figure out what to do. That the ground is still colder. Some of the lakes we still have ice on. Some are opened up depending on how thick the ice was, how deep the lake, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just the thermals and the winds and where things are coming from. It's crazy. Yeah, fire can go out of control really, really quickly. Really quickly. So, FEVERFEW, I don't have a picture here, but it looks like its names can be like wild chamomile. So it looks very, oops, I'm trying not to knock anything over here. Hold on a second. It looks like chamomile. Let me see if I can find my chamomile so I can show you. So I was looking at the pictures and I was like, wait a minute, that's chamomile. But it's not. Ooh, that wild lemon. And I start looking through here, it's like, I have things that I forgot that I had. Here we go. Now this is German chamomile, but the FEVERFEW, the leaves are different. These have really feathery leaves and everything. The FEVERFEW has more of a flat leaf, almost like a parsley type of a leaf. And then the little petals here, that when they're ready to be picked, they don't like fold back. So it's just the heads. They actually look like a little daisy. So there are some differences there, and there are medicinal differences too. This FEVERFEW packet, I believe I got from Mountain Rose Herbs, but it's from Oregon. So Patty's here. I don't know. Hey, Jeffrey. Hello, Northern Ireland. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah, strictly medicinal, but it was from, like I said, I think I got it from Mountain Rose Herbs. There's a lot of places that carry FEVERFEW. Julie, are you able to check to see real quick if Monterey Bay carries feverfew? I bet it does. And so I wasn't able to get that research in. But so anyway, feverfew does primarily what it talks about, but so much more. Thank you, Julie, so much. I really appreciate that. So it says it's a bright, cheery flower. Again, white petals with a yellow center. It's got a long stem. Is part of the daisy family, and it can go by the name of wild chamomile, featherfew. Some even call it a bachelor button, which I know what bachelor buttons look like, and it doesn't look anything like that. So I think people are just somewhere along the line got a little confused. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jeffrey, that is windy. Hey, Dave. Hello. So the flower itself, feverfew, is native to the Balkan Islands. But due to its therapeutic properties, it grows now commercially all over the world. It's of the Asteraceae family. I don't know if I said that right. But it comes from the Latin word febrifugia, meaning fever reducer. So traditionally, it was used to treat fevers and other inflammatory conditions. In fact, some people call it the medieval aspirin. So it's been around for millennia, actually. So, okay. Okay, so they're not really a seed company. They're the final product company, right, Julie? So, okay. So there might be some other places, maybe True Leaf. I don't know if Haas or Emma Gardner or anybody carries feverfew, but that's something you guys can research too. So it's got a lot of active compounds in it. It's got flavonoids and some other things, but the main compound, and I hope I don't butcher this, but it's parthenolide, which are found in the plant's leaves. Studies show that parthenolide may be behind most of the potential benefits of feverfew. So, hey, Chirpy the bird, thank you for coming in, West Virginia. So, oh, okay, Baker Creek's got it then. Thanks, Julie. Thank you. I can see you sitting in all of your, surrounded by your seeds, and then finding your feverfew. It's like, oh, where's that packet from? So anyway, so it's not just, whereas chamomile, you take just the buds, so you've got the petals and the yellow center part and everything. To make this one, you can take the leaves are the ones that actually have the most benefits. So you can take the leaves and the flowers and everything all together. For centuries, people have been taking this also to treat migraines. So, hey, not so remote Alaska. Hello. Thank you for coming in. We get someone else from Alaska in here too. When he's home from work, so I'm not sure if he's back yet or not. So thank you, Julie, for checking on it. That's awesome. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for coming. So yeah, if you suffer from migraines, this is a huge one too. So those are kind of the two biggest things, fevers and migraines, that it really helps. It is really potent though for anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic properties. It's a natural sedative with similar effects to chamomile, but chamomile, whereas we call it the sleepy time tea or something. You want to take it at night because it kind of helps you relax and go to sleep. This one doesn't put you to sleep. So it's kind of like chamomile is your daytime or your nighttime medicine. If feverfew is your daytime, non-drowsy. So there we go. So supplement manufacturers only offer FEVERFEW as an herbal tea. You can also get it as a crushed powder or essential oil extract, but you can use it to resolve many ailments. So parthenolide is also, they said it can be cancer fighting. It also has some camphor in it. There's, some of these other properties. General anxiety disorder. That's awesome, Jeffrey. Excellent. So it can help to treat other disease and infections also. So it actually can halt migraines. So let me just read what they have to say. I'm not going to go through what they're explaining what a headache is. Everybody knows what a headache is. And those people who regularly suffer from headaches should consider supplementing with FEVERFEW in the form of tea or extract. Studies show that drinking a cup of FEVERFEW tea each evening reduces the frequency of migraines in sensitive patients. So if you have that tea, and I don't think it's non-drowsy enough that it would keep you from going to sleep, but it can certainly help with having headaches. If you wake up with a headache every morning or, different things. So that parthenolide blocks pain in the nervous system, reducing the symptoms of headaches. The anti-inflammatory part of things reduces swelling and any fever associated with disease. The Greeks were the first to recognize FEVERFEW for its anti-inflammatory properties. They described it as a treatment for all hot inflammations and hot swellings. So, when anything's accompanied by a fever, it's for the hot stuff. It can improve liver function. Says that it also may be effective at treating the inflammation associated with encephalitis and multiple sclerosis. Not curing those diseases themselves or helping those diseases, but just treating the inflammation that you can have, is because all those kind of things can have all kinds of different side effects, whatever you have, whether it's arthritis or heart disease or whatever. You've got all kinds of different things out there that there are things with that you deal with, whether it's fluid retention or other inflammation, different things. So anyway, that's what they're talking about. It can reduce the inflammation associated with these. It can also reduce signs of IBS and for joints too. So there you go. For arthritis, can help with that. Hey, Jesus is Lord. Hello. Oh, thank you. Yes, you have a very blessed Holy Week yourself. And with Easter coming up, can you believe we're here already? We're almost done with 3 months of this whole year. That's just incredible. It's just amazing. So to soothe the signs of inflammation, we recommend you drink a few cups of FEVERFEW tea each day. So if you have frequent bouts of rheumatoid arthritis, which is really, really severe, you can, maybe even do some extracted oil or something like that in there. Antibacterial properties. I said, talk about coming down with bronchitis. Okay. Some bacterial infections go away on their own, like any staph or other type of things. So, hey, Erica. Hello. Thanks for coming in. So some of them go away on their own, but many of them require medical intervention. So yeah, get some antibiotics, to help with something. with antibiotics to kill off the bacteria and return the patient to health. Well, the extract camphor oil made from the flowers of feverfew is a potent antibacterial that helps stop internal and external bacterial infections. So using camphor oil to make an extract in that way, and using the flowers. So the leaves are really, really great for the teas and the tinctures, and the flowers help with this. I'd probably just go ahead and use the whole thing instead of trying to separate it out, that type of deal. So, but I am going to go through a couple things about tinctures and extracts, and not that I know everything about it or anything like that, but just kind of give you a basic start. So some medical experts believe that both eczema and psoriasis can be from autoimmune diseases. So, it just attacks healthy skin cells. If you supplement with feverfew or drinking feverfew tea, it may help relieve the symptoms of skin irritation. You can even use the used tea bags as a cold compress for the rash to speed up recovery time. So, which is so cool for skin things. It's like, all right, or I use just the the whole leaf and everything, and just put it in like a little tea ball. So I don't use tea bags, but I could even just take that out and just like mash the used stuff on me, leave it on for 15-20 minutes or whatever, and then just take it off and wash it off. But that would be a really cool thing to help speed that up. Hey, Wendy, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. Hope all things are going well. So let me see. So back to the pain, it can help reduce acute inflammatory neuropathic and joint pain. We kind of talked about that. It also shows promise in dealing with the pain symptoms produced by chemotherapy treatment too. So that's so you can also drink a tea in the morning and at night, and then it helps out. Now, one thing, feverfew can cause early contractions in pregnant women. So when you're pregnant, avoid taking it. However, once you are in labor, you can take it, and will help to speed things along a little bit without harming anybody. It's not harmful, but it can help along the way a little bit with that, as well as helping to reduce some of the pain of childbirth, because it's a pain reliever too. So hey, you get double bonus there. It can also help women in their monthly cycles and with PMS and all that kind of stuff too. So that's if they get cramps and different stuff like that, that really helps too. More salt, liquids. Oh yeah, you guys need to take care of yourselves there. So anyway, that's some of the feverfew, and it grows. Okay, so it is a clump forming. Oh, where's Dave? Oak Knob Farm. He's checked out today. Forgot. He's probably busy with this nice weather, I'm sure. Lynn, are you talking about? Are you talking about labor? Yeah, I know. I could have used that a couple times myself. So feverfew is a clump-forming herbaceous perennial. So you can get that established, just like your peppermint or anything else that's out there like that. Oh, Kiri, oh my goodness. You're going to have to start wearing like Go out there and dress like a hockey goalie. Oh, Dave, there you are. he's Now all I had to do is mention his name and he's here, right? Hi, Dave. Yes, perennials. The plant thrives in very well-drained soil in the full sun. So you press it in firmly, the seeds, and keep evenly moist and in the light until it germinates, which takes 1 to 2 weeks. Then you can thin or transplant to 2 feet apart. They grow 3 to 4 feet tall, which is very similar to, well, chamomile, I would say, was probably 2 to 3 feet, so be just a little bit taller. But anyway, so that's where it is. And then you can start harvesting it as soon as they start blooming and everything. And like most flowering plants and everything, the more times you pick the heads, everything, the more it's going to blossom and grow and spread and be a healthier plant. So, so you guys do that. Oh, your ears hurting. Oh, yep. So in the notes below, I did put in a couple, three links for information on FEVERFEW. If you've forgotten what I've told you and you wanted to study more on that, they're down there in the show notes, so you can have that. Yep. Oh, all right, Matt and Sarah, thanks so much for coming in. You guys take care. And just have a great week. We'll be in touch, definitely. I had some mail from a couple of people that I wanted to open on my live here. Sorry, it's way up in another part of the house. Oh, Jesus is Lord. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate that. So, all right. So I wanted to show you, let me put this back in so I don't lose it. So I tend to, these little packets, they kind of fly around here. I make 2 different kinds of things. I make tinctures with the dried herb and alcohol. Generally it's vodka. And then extracts tend to be in oil. They just soak for a long time, and it extracts the good stuff out of the dried herb, and then you just strain it and you can use that oil for salves, lotions, or whatever. So I'm going to do 2 of them. It's just going to be a live demo here, guys. So I have very little space here, so you have to bear with me and try to figure out what I've got going here. All right, we're going to first do my tincture. Now, this little bottle has elderberry tincture in it, and I don't know if you can kind of see. No, it's down about this full right here. It is a green bottle, and I've got the elderberry tincture in it. It's got a dropper in it, so I can actually, so you can see how dark it is. But this is vodka based, and it sat for probably about 4 or 5 weeks. And you really only need 3 to 4 weeks, but sometimes I just get busy and don't get to it right away. But that's my elderberry. And so, awesome, Dave. So these, having a tincture is really, really handy for me. First of all, it's easy to store because it's smaller like this. 1 batch of elderberry tincture, I use about, maybe half a cup of dried elderberries. And I'll show you kind of what that looks like. And then just let them soak in here because it's so easy. You just put it in there, pour in the vodka, cap it, let it soak, shake it once in a while, every couple days or something. And then I just disperse it. These are 4-ounce bottles. So if I make, 12 ounces or so, I can get 3, sometimes 4 bottles of tincture out of one batch. And that's just half a cup of elderberry. And this will last me at least a year. I'm going to have to, I did make a second batch. So I've got another pint that's all ready to go. And they've already strained and everything, and it's just being stored. So anyway, that is really, really handy because you can just take these drops and add them to your drinking water. You can add them to, it just squirts down in there. And sometimes it only takes 3 or 4 drops to put into that to be effective. You can, if you want to, take it and drop it like probably underneath your tongue. So just because that's a real sensitive spot in the way of getting to your system right away, rather than putting it like on top of your tongue or drinking it. If you put it underneath and then just wash it down, that is really, really, really effective. And it doesn't take much, and you get the benefits of the elderberry, as opposed to, I do have elderberry syrup too, but the syrup will, it goes really fast. And I need, what do I use? Like 3/4 of a cup of elderberries, and all of that will only make maybe a pint of syrup. And if you're taking, a tablespoon or something frequently, several times a day, it goes fast. You get rid of it fast. But this lasts longer. It's shelf stable. I don't have to worry about it. Because it's alcohol based, it'll last 20, 30 years or something. All right. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about bone set. And I do have the seeds, and I'm going to grow it, but it can be, I don't know if I'll be able to harvest enough this summer to be able to get enough to be able to make some tincture and to dry it. So, because it did say that sometimes it can take up to 2 years for a harvest with that. So I'm like, well, since this is the antidote for pandemic type of things, I went ahead and I bought some dried stuff. I did get this from Mountain Rose Herbs. I know that you can get it from Monterey Bay too, and it's cheaper than this. I found that out after I bought this. But this little bag is 4 ounces, and it's still going to last me a long time. So I got this so that I can get going on my tincture right away and everything. It smells good. So anyway, look at that, how green it is in there. Is that pretty? So the bone set. So think about that in your preparations and your prepping and everything too. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to grow these herbs. I'm going to have this herb garden. It'll be my medicinal backup and everything. But sometimes it might take 1, 2, 3 years or something before you can actually use them, to harvest them, to be able to dry them and everything else. But in the meantime, I don't want to leave myself without a backup, right? So yes, we need smell-o-vision, absolutely. Whoops, sorry, I was about to lose something here. Didn't lose my mind. So anyway, that's why I went ahead and ordered some already dried, prepared stuff. It's when it comes down to it, it's really minimal. And I just think of like how much work and harvest it took to even get this amount. It was so great. It's like, you guys smell this. It smells so good. I know. It smells like plants, but it does smell really good. After being inside all winter, I haven't smelled plants for a long time. Okay, so here I have a pint jar. And I need to, there we go. I have a pint jar and my little thing here so that I don't make too big of a mess. And I'm going to fill this about a third of the way. Wait, no, what am I making? I'm making tinctures. Okay. So what do I, yeah. So about a third of the jar. So tincture would be about 1 part herb to 3 parts alcohol. Okay. I'm going to put in just a little bit more. So you can see I still have a lot left here. And I actually ended up getting 2 bags, so I have half a pound. Oh, thanks, Debbie. That's so sweet. Now, Julie said that in Monterey Bay, she got 1 pound of this. So this is 1/4 of a pound. So you get 4 times this. I think I paid $6 for this. But she said 1 pound there was like $9. So it was like a lot cheaper. I'm also looking at this as, okay, how many other people are going to need this other than me if things kind of come down to it? So anyway, then I've got some vodka. And yes, this is a huge bottle. And yes, almost half of it is gone. And no, I haven't been drinking it. It has been going to these kind of things. So anyway, yes, I'm going to need to get another bottle. I thought I had another one as a backup. So. All right, so we're going to just take this, pour it in. Up to the rim, or to the neck right here. See how pretty that is, how it filled in? And I think that's good. Hold on a second. And then I'm just going to put my lid with my ring on it. Shake it around a little bit. Oh, yes, I know. And that's it. And now I will put it in a dark corner, put it in a cabinet or something. I should label it what it is with a, I usually just use masking tape, and I'll put FEVERFEW, and then I'll put 32921 on here. So I know when I started and everything. The other thing that I would do would be to sometimes put in there like when it will be ready. So it's like, I'll put it, like done May 1st or something like that. And so I don't have to sit there and it's like, okay, the 29th, where, how is it, 3 weeks or 4 weeks? How long is it? So if I just put, when it's ready to be strained, that'll be done. And because there's a lot of, I don't know if you can see in here, if there's a lot of particles floating in here and everything, probably want to strain it through like some cheesecloth or something rather than just a regular strainer. The elderberries, it's easy. I could just use a regular strainer because you've got just whole berries there. But did I get a good look? Oh, you guys are funny. Oh, I knew I was going to be doing a lot of things. So yeah, I got a big bottle. So I just reduced it down again. So so now this is just going to sit. Nobody's blue. Remember, I can take your blue away. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I have lost my concentration. It's too warm out already, right? Check the base. I do need to. I don't know if I have another bottle or not, but anyway. So that's all ready to go. Then you just strain it when it's all done and put it in a little bottle. Now, I've got 2 different kinds of bottles. There's one here that just has the screw top on. which I will use for a lot of these things. And then when I need to go use it, just for storing away, when I want to actually take it off the shelf to use it, I will put a dropper in here in place. So it's got the same size tops on it and everything, but I will, because it's so much easier to use with the dropper rather than trying to, pour out a couple drops, all of a sudden you got a tablespoon, it's like, no. You guys. Yes. So I like to use these little bottles for the extracts, or for the tinctures. Tinctures are alcohol based. Now, I found a lot of conflicting information, kind of what actually is a tincture, what's an extract. Well, all tinctures are also extract, because you're extracting the good from the herb or fruit or whatever you're using, the flowers. You're extracting that good into the liquid, right? Now, when you're using oils, you are extracting that also. So that's it's also an extract. But the tinctures are generally alcohol based. I mean, you can use glycerin, you can use some of those kind of things, but they're not as good. So, hey Gail, thanks for coming in. It's been a while. And so there's some of them are like, well, a tincture needs to be, the only difference is a 1-to-3 ratio for your herb to your liquid, whereas an extract is a 1-to-1 ratio. So it's like one this and one this. So it's, different things. I think you'll add some vanilla tincture to your morning coffee. There you go, Parker. Excellent. All right. Something else that I have not gotten to make my extract, a form of extract actually, is an oil. And these are my dried calendula leaves or petals. So when the calendula flowers come up, they look like a daisy kind of. I just would take the whole heads off, let them dry, and then easily pull the petals off. Now, when you first start in the summer, as they're blooming, you're like, oh, there's 3 of them there. It's like you pull them off and you've got, 10 or 12 little petals that are drying up, and you're like, how am I ever going to get enough to do this kind of thing with? Well, never fear. As long as you keep picking them when they're ready, you will get more than, and this is only a third of what I got from last summer. And I think I still had some from the year before. So I've got lots of calendula. Now, what I want to do with my calendula is make an oil that I can use for salves and different lotions and everything. So yes, vanillas. I do have 2 vanillas going right now. One is just a vodka vanilla. So yes, this went into vanilla too. And then I did some, I think I told you guys this, I did some bourbon. Bourbon in the vanilla. So in Madagascar vanilla beans. So that's going to be a lot richer. So I'm going to have 2 different flavors going on. Okay. So one thing I really like doing for salves and everything. So I've got my calendula here. Now when I'm using the oil, I want to use 1 part calendula to 1 part oil. Just because the oils, well, I think I don't know why they make a difference here, but they do. Hey, Patty, hello. How are you? So I've got half of my pint jar here, and I'm just going to pour my almond oil. Oopsie. There you go. Almond oil. And I like almond oil. You can use jojoba. You can use grapeseed oil. You can use olive oil. It's going to have a tendency to get rancid more quickly than these other oils. And yes, it does take a lot here. And I may end up using the whole thing here. I don't have a... So what I'll probably do is take a like a chopstick and get down there and just stir it. So almost have the whole thing. All right. So you can see the color of this. It's very, very clear. And so then I just put this on there. And again, I will mark on here what it is and the date that I started it and when I should take it. Now this one, because it's an extract, I want to put it in the sun. So I will put it on a little shelf in my windowsill, and you know, every few days go in and shake it up, you know, just toss it around, shake it up a little bit so that, you know, because as it settles, it will just like all clump down here. So you want to get them mixed around again. But you can see how they really fill up. They like expand and they fill up in here. Then when my 3 weeks is done, so this one will be 2 to 3 weeks in the sun. So you want to get warm and it's kind of infusing in there. And so it's extracting again for the oil. Another reason I don't really use olive oil is because when it's in the sun and getting warm, again, a tendency to go rancid more quickly. And whenever you're using oils, or both of them, the alcohol too, you want to make sure that your herbs are very dry, very, very, very dry. So don't use fresh stuff in here, because I tried it once and it rots in there. It will actually rot. So you could try avocado oil. I have not used that. I know that almond oil is a little better for your skin. So I knew that I wanted to make salves out of this, so that's why I use it for this. So that's it. I just made a tincture and an extract, and the oil, this calendula oil, it turns a gorgeous golden color after it's been extracting for a few weeks. So it's just beautiful. So I'm hoping that once this is ready, I will remember to bring that here and show you guys that. And then again, you just strain this out and then put the oil in I would put it in a clean jar and then just store it. So that will store for, I would say you could probably have it for a couple years. But within a year, you'd want to be using it in their salves and stuff like that with beeswax and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, yeah. Hi, Grammy Karen. Hello. Thanks for coming. So don't have much of this. I'm going to have to get another bottle of vodka. You've done orange peels and vinegar for cleaning off. Yep. There's a lot of things that... how long do you think a tincture made from vodka will last? Actually, because it's in vodka, it's shelf stable for years and years. So I would imagine a good 20 years anyway. So what I'm trying to do in some of these things, now I know a pint of FEVERFEW is a lot. I would not go through it that much, but again, I got this for the, no, that's not FEVERFEW, bone set, sorry, the pint of bone set here. But again, that's going to be possibly really important in this next year. So, so that's why I'm making more of this. If I find I need more, you know, as if this is going down really quickly, I want to make sure people around me, neighbors, family, all that kind of stuff can have access to it without having to get the SHOT. So anywho, that's the two kind of things. So really, really easy to do It's just a matter of getting your ratios in there. It's just 2 ingredients, the herb and alcohol, or the herb and oil, or something like that, and just waiting on it and then storing it properly. So there you go. Natural cleaning products. We could. I don't do much with that, but gumball tincture. You soak gumballs in there. Oh, that. You could probably use it as cough medicine. All right, my garden tip, real short: mulch where you can. It's like it not only helps keep the weeds down, but it adds organic matter to your soil around it and everything. Helps retain water. There's so many benefits of mulching. Try to mulch with wood products if you can, or grass clippings. You have to be really careful so you don't have like lots of weeds in there or something like that. If you get a lot of weed seeds, you don't want to be seeding your garden. All you have to do is ask Matt and Sarah about that one. Thanks, Gail. Appreciate that. Oh, that's awesome, Patty. That's so great. So mulch. And then my prep tip is learn how to hang dry your clothes. A lot of people who've never even thought of doing that or figuring out how to do it, but I do outside all summer and inside all winter. So even sometimes inside during the summer. I mean, if I have to wash on rainy days or something, but just learn how to hang your clothes. I mean, not only saves money, it saves on your clothes because, they're not beating around in a dryer too. But, if you learn how to hand wash stuff, you're going to have to learn how to hang dry stuff. So anyway, those are my tips for the night. So, yes, Patty, that's another good point. It helps to keep them from compacting too, because if you've got the rain hitting all this mulch on here and then it's just like hitting that and then filtering down, rather than if you have soil and it just like hits and packs it down. So there's, huge rain or watering it or something like that. So mix 50-50 oil and vinegar, work well for greasy cleaning. Awesome. Yes. Oh, Gail, that would be terrible. Yes. Your calendula never quit blooming last season. Nice. I know they just keep going and going. I finally had to, cut them back to the ground because even after a frost, they were blooming and this and that. And I was like, okay, folks, I need to get you out of my garden. So it's enough. You like hanging on the hangers that you put in the closet, saves room. Oh, there you go. Very, very good. So you guys, thank you, mods, for all your help and all your work, for being here. You guys check them out if you haven't yet. That's great, Megan. That's good. For those people who are off grid, they certainly are doing that with all of their stuff. So, oh, that's so great. No, not so remote. Excellent. Yeah, I've been hanging my clothes I even hung them when I was in Louisiana. I mean, we had a dryer, but was there a while that it wasn't working or something? But I even hung we were just in an apartment and I had like this little itty bitty patio with a fence around it. I mean, we're talking 4 by 10 or something like that. And I actually strung a rope from one corner of it to the other and, just hung clothes out there. And it was like, because there was also the air conditioning fan was right out there. So it would like blow this 110 degree air right into it, and it dried really quickly. And so, oh, Patty, I understand. I know. Yes, they do get whiter in the sunlight. Absolutely. So thank you, Kristen. I really appreciate it. So even outside in the winter, my mom used to hang outside in the winter when they were first married, and just like things would get, stiff as a board because they were just like freeze solid. But she would let them, do that for a while, and the dry air of the winter, even outside at 10 degree below zero or 20 below, it would freeze it solid, but it would eventually extract the moisture out of it. And she'd just bring them in, let them thaw out, and they would be all fine and smelling great of the fresh air. So, oh, I know sheets are great. I love doing sheets. So, frozen sheets. Oh, yeah, yeah. You do what you can do. Freeze dried clothes. There you go. That's a good one. All right, guys. Well, you take care. Have a great week. Have a very happy and blessed Easter coming up. I have a very busy weekend, going back and forth to my family and back home and helping out with stuff and church and everything else. So, yeah, I know towels can get a little rough. Oh, Mama's calling. All right, Parker, thanks for coming. You guys just take care. God bless. Always have hope, and we'll see you next Monday. Good night.